Hello, everybody. Welcome to day 32, chapter 32. Today we're reading Esau comes to meet Jacob. So Jacob went on his way, and the angels of God met him. When Jacob saw them, he said, "This is God's camp." And he called the name of that place Manamnaim. Then Jacob sent messengers before him to Esau, his brother, in the land of Seir, the country of Edom. And he commanded them, saying, "Speak thus to my lord Esau. Thus your servant Jacob says, I have dwelt with Laban, and stayed there until now. I have oxen, donkeys, flocks, and male and female servants, and I have sent to tell my lord, that I may find favor in your sight." Then the messenger returned to Jacob, saying, "We came to your brother Esau, and he also is coming to meet you, and 400 men are with him." So Jacob was greatly afraid and distressed, and he divided the people that were with him, and the flocks and herds and camels into 2 companies. And he said, "If Esau comes to the one company and attacks it, then the other company which is left will escape." Then Jacob said, "O God of my father Abraham, and God of my father Isaac, the Lord who said to me, 'Return to your country and to your family, and I will deal well with you.' I am not worthy of the least of all the mercies and of all the truth which you have shown your servant. For I crossed over this Jordan with my staff, and now I have become 2 companies. Deliver me, I pray, from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esau, for I fear him, lest he come and attack me and the mother with the children. For you said, I will surely treat you well, and make your descendants in the sand of the sea, which cannot be numbered for multitude." So he lodged there that same night, and took what came to his hand as a present from Esau his brother, 200 female goats, and 20 male goats, 200 ewes, and 20 rams, 30 milk camels with their colts, 40 cows, and 10 bulls, 20 female donkeys, and 10 foals. Then he delivered them to the hand of his servant. Every drove by himself, and said to his servants, "Pass over before me, and put some distance between successive droves." And he commanded the first one, saying, "When Esau my brother meets you, and asks you, saying, 'To whom do you belong, and where are you going? Whose are these in front of you?' Then you shall say, 'They are your servant Jacob's. It is a present sent to my lord Esau. And behold, he also is behind us.'" So he commanded the second, the third, and all who followed the droves, saying, "In this manner you shall speak to Esau when you find him. And also say, Behold, your servant Jacob is behind us. For he said, I will appease him with the present that goes before me, and afterward I will see his face. Perhaps he will accept me." So the present went on over before him, but he himself lodged that night in the camp, wrestling with God. And he arose that night and took his 2 wives, his 2 female servants, and his 11 sons, and crossed over the ford of Jabbok. He took them. He sent them over the brook, and sent over what he had. Then Jacob was left alone, and a man wrestled with him until the breaking of day. Now, when he saw that he did not prevail against him, he touched the socket of his hip, and the socket of Jacob's hip was out of joint, and he was wrestled with him. And he said, "Let me go, for the day breaks." But he said, "I will not let you go unless you bless me." So he said to him, "What is your name?" He said, "Jacob." And he said, "Your name shall no longer be called Jacob, but Israel. For you have struggled with God and with men, and have prevailed." Then Jacob asked, saying, "Tell me your name, I pray." And he said, "What is it that you ask about my name?" And he blessed him there. So Jacob called the name of the place Peniel, for I have seen God face to face, and my life is preserved. Just as he crossed over Peniel, the sun rose on him, and he leapt on his hip. Therefore, to this day, the children of Israel do not eat the muscle that shrank, which is on the hip socket, because he touched the socket of Jacob's hip and the muscle that shrank. Hello, everybody. I hope you enjoyed Genesis 32 with me. Here's a quick, short summary and lesson from Genesis 32. Genesis 32 is Jacob's return home and his terrifying anticipation of reuniting with Esau. As Jacob travels back towards Canaan, angels of God meet him, and he names the place Mananaim, 2 camps. He sends messengers ahead to Esau with a humble, conciliatory message, but they return with alarming news. Esau is coming to meet him with 400 men. Jacob, greatly afraid, splits his people and flocks into 2 camps for safety, reasoning that if Esau attacks one, the other might escape. He prays desperately to God, reminding him of his promises and admitting he's unworthy of all the mercy already shown to him. Then he sends ahead a massive series of gifts, hundreds of animals and waves, hoping to appease Esau before facing him directly. That night alone, Jacob wrestles with the mysterious man until daybreak. The man, unable to overpower him, touches his hip and puts it out of joint. Yet Jacob refuses to let go, demanding a blessing. The man asks his name, and upon hearing Jacob, renames him Israel. For you have struggled with God and with man, and have prevailed. Jacob asks the man's name in return, but doesn't get a direct answer, and realizes he has seen God face to face and survived. He names the place Peniel and limps away as the sun rises, forever marked by the encounter. The lesson underneath it. This chapter captures a profound turning point. Jacob, the schemer and deceiver, is transformed through a night of genuine struggle into Israel, someone who has wrestled honestly with God, rather than manipulating his way through life. The wound he carries afterward, his limp, symbolizes that real transformation often comes with a cost and lasting change, not a clean, easy fix. It's also a powerful picture of persistent, desperate prayer. Jacob won't let go until he receives the blessing,